Well, hey everybody. What we're going to work on today is just a small tip that can save you some time and trouble, and most importantly, can end up saving you some money. So what I have is the diagram of what I'm going to do, which is to take electricity from the source or the breaker, may run it through a plug, may not. But then it's going to go up through the fixture, in this case a light bulb, and then it's going to go to the switch. So typically your power will come from your source through your switch to your fixture. That's a more typical way of wiring. But there's instances like I have here at the barn that doesn't make sense for me, and I'll show you why. But this is just a diagram, white, ground, and black. And it helps to make a diagram because it can be a little bit hard to keep straight. But you see I have B1 connects to W2, which is white 2, but then I have it squiggled. This is, you actually color it black or tape it black. And then it interrupts the switch, and power isn't necessarily directional, but for the purpose of the illustration, it made more sense to be directional. So power will go past the fixture first. Don't touch the fixture, come into the switch, and then once you complete the circuit, the other black wire, black 2, will go up to the fixture and provide the power. So it's a little bit hard to kind of grasp the concept, but it's a lot easier once you see it done a few times. So we'll get started. Before we get going on the wiring through the fixture, this is a more traditionally wired plug and switch combo. So you have your plug, it's giving power off the top end of the plug into the switch. The switch is for my upstairs light. Turn the switch off, lights go off. So, but you can see there the wire's running, and it runs up into the fixture. So that's the more common way you'll typically see it done. Which leads us to the reason why I want to run it this way. So over there's the breaker panel. If I am going to come up and over to the switch, which will be at the entry door, then I'd have to run wire back, and it's going to terminate at this, what will become a plug for these plug-in shop lights that I have installed. But if I do it running power through the fixture, I'll bring power out of the breaker, come up, go to the fixture or plug in this case, and then I'll run over to the switch at the entry door. So I'm not a math genius, but that saves not quite half of the amount of wire, but that saves a good amount of wire. 10, and then 10 more, and 10. We'll say it saves 30 feet of wire conservatively. And I'm into saving money. Saving wire is saving money. Okay, so the first thing that we've gotten done since the intro was we have the wire pulled down through this to the switch, and you can see this is originally a black wire, and this one here was originally a white wire. You'll want to put some black electrical tape on it, but what a friend of mine told me years ago, and I can't argue with it, tape can come off. If you marker it black, it'll stay black. So that's what we did here. So we'll put the switch. There's no power. I haven't even hooked anything up, but so we'll put the switch in the box, and then we'll start going over to the outlet. Something that I think is important is to warn the next person working on this equipment that there's power through the fixture or through the plug. Typically, if you're gonna work on a switched fixture, if you're at your house and you can do it without OSHA, you can just turn off the light switch, and it's not powered in most cases. But in this case, if it's me or the next person that comes through to work on this, they need to know that they need to turn off the breaker before they tear into it, because just turning the switch off on this particular outlet won't actually keep them any safer. All right, this is where that diagram that you drew is really helpful because even though I know which one needs to go where, I'm getting a little bit turned around up here on the ladder. So this group of wires comes from a switch. I've already colored the white one black. So that's W2. So let's see. Black 2 coming from the switch will go to the outlet. White coming from the source will go to the outlet. And black 1 will get wire nutted together with W2. And we'll wire nut the grounds together and ground those off to the outlet as well. So here's what we ended up with. You see here, this is power in, and this is the black wire from power in. It jumps over to the white wire from the switch. It's now black. This is the black wire coming from the switch. So once you flip the switch on, complete the circuit, power can go to the outlet. And this is the white coming from the power source, in our case, off to stage right, or my left. And then the grounds are nipped together. So what we'll do is we'll push it all up in the box and get it in there, and then we have to run over and grab power for it. All right, so we've grabbed power off of another outlet, and here we will trip the breaker back on, and then we can see how well I did together. Talk about candid camera. Holy smokes, that's bright. Okay, well, great success. So these are switched outlets. They have the pull string, but obviously it's a little taller than I am up there. So we plugged them in, ran power through the fixture to the switch, grabbed power off the breaker. It's kind of hard to see with the lights on now, but power's coming off of an outlet there, coming up, coming over to this outlet, which, like my wife, is always hot, and over through to the switch to complete the circuit. So I hope you found that useful. I'm not an expert electrician. I'm just a guy that does some of their own wiring. The big stuff, the hazardous stuff, the tricky stuff, I leave that to professionals. But this is just something you can do as a homeowner. Maybe save yourself a few bucks. You know, consult all your codes and do it safely. If you can't do it safely, don't do it. But if you want to see more videos like this, let me know. And if you drop a comment, question, anything in the comments below, I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found that useful.